very good evening to everyone. Just let me know if I am audible and visible. Okay. So, my brief introduction. I am Dr. Prasanna Lodh. I am a doctor by profession. I have completed my MBBS from Grand Medical College, JJ Hospital, Mumbai. Okay, I have got the message. Yes, we will start now. Please focus. So, I have secured All India rank 524 in my third attempt 2019, and I have been allotted this year as IRTS officer, Indian Railway Traffic Service officer, which was my fourth preference in my preference list. So my dear friends, the I would like to say that I have resumed my training after writing mains this year. On 17th I wrote my final optional paper, and then from 18th of January I have resumed my training in railway board. So it's almost a week now that I am in training, and believe me, what I have been through in my life. I was a working professional in JJ Hospital, a very reputed hospital, on a very reputed position, and suddenly I resigned from my job and I pursued my civil services dreams. And to be frank, I underestimated UPSC in the initial days, and I thought that I would easily crack this examination, but that was not the case. And the amount of time and travel, the journey that increased in this UPSC, and the hostility I faced, and everybody has a story. And I was departed from my family for 3.5 years, and a lot of things changed. I could not attend any of the. I was not witness to the very important events of my family also. That is a huge cost that you need to pay, and you continuously advance on a path, and you see a point of no return. So that's how it breeds anxiety in you. Plus the market is flooded with so much of misinformation, and I was not able to clear the prelims of 2017. Then I put so much efforts in the next attempt, and I could not clear the prelims even in 2018. And this was the breaking point that I faced in my life. This was the breaking point, and I thought that I'm done now. And I never took any coaching, but definitely I took guidance from many of the people. And today I feel that I should have taken the guidance in 2017 itself. So the journey would have been easy. But I have self-explored the path. I'm the one who explored the journey, and I did a very detailed analysis of the nature of this examination after this failure. And what I came to know is that this is not a general examination. This is not just any examination that you crack. I i had cracked my medical entrance examination of the state with very good rank. I have cracked various competitive examination of the state with very good rank. I suppose that most of you would have also cracked same examination, but this is a national examination, and this is also a globally renowned examination for its metal, for its resilience, for its strength, and for its toughness. So this is not an easy thing. This is not an easy examination with very low probability of success here. You need to have a perfect recipe. See, prelims is a different game. Prelims is a different game. Then comes the mains. It's also a different game. And then comes interview. This is also a different game. So I analyzed in after this failure what exactly I am going, in which direction. what I need to do. See, there is no point in clearing prelims only if you are not prepared for mains or interview. There is no point in clearing mains also if you don't know what is interview. I know a guy who is with me now. He was the last person to be called from the general cutoff in the mains. That means he was as good as not being into the final list. That's for sure. But in the interview, he got 204 marks. And now he is into the very prestigious services. He got rank within 400. And that is the beauty. See, he was supposed to be rejected, not recommended by the commission, but just he decoded the exact demand of the interview and he was back into the game. Many unfortunate students, they perform average in prelims, they perform average in mains, and they perform average in interview. So these two marks counted, this average does not lead to recommendation. And they keep doing this thing for n number of attempts. They exhaust the attempts. The market is flooded with the examples where you will somehow, some part of your life, some friend of you must have told कि देख देख वो जा रहा है, वो 4 बार इंटरव्यू दिया है, वो उसने 6 प्रीलिम्स क्लियर किए हैं इन द रो, बट कभी मेंस क्लियर नहीं हुआ, या he or she has written 4 mains in a row but never got an interview call. So these are the examples who, these people, they didn't address the UPSC holistically. So in 2018, I was determined that it's not just prelims. What I'm going to do just with cracking the prelims? 10,000 students every year clear prelims. And there is no point in clearing mains also. 2304 were the candidates last year who were called for interview out of 11.6 thousand. And from this 230, 830 people got the services. So if the competition is this level of tough, so you need to have a very holistic understanding. So what in one sentence I want to tell you is UPSC, sorry, one sentence, UPSC is all about, it's all about your approach. It's all about your approach. How you approach, how you engage with the question. Are you able to understand the exact expectation of the question, exact demand of the question? These are very important terms. And see, there are very much YouTube videos. They will guide you what you should read and what you should not read. And see, I'm not here for that. I guess an honest and sincere UPSC aspirant does not need a book list. That's a very outdated and that's a very vague thing to discuss. कि सर आपने कौन सी बुक्स यूज की थी? अरे भाई, इट डज नॉट मैटर एट द एंड ऑफ द डे कि मैंने कौन सी बुक्स यूज की थी, मैंने वो बुक्स कैसे यूज की थी ये मैटर करता है. लक्ष्मीकांत तो सब पढ़ते हैं बट सब पॉलिटी में आउट ऑफ मार्क्स नहीं लाते. Everybody possesses a Lakshmikant. Everybody, near about every serious aspirant has all the standard books, but they all are not going into the final list. They are not going into the recommended list. So, your approach to the question, what Lakshmikant has taught me, does not matter. How I am using that knowledge in that exact amount of time, 2 hours, in that examination hall, with highest precision and with highest accuracy. That is the game. That is the game. Because UPSC is going to make you the super class one officers, super class one officers of this country. They are going to put you on the highest corridors of administration, highest corridors of administration. They are going to make you you know that the steel frame of this country, the steel frame, how the steel frame should be of any country. In the coming 30 years, India is definitely going to lead this world. China is aging. They have their domestic challenges. They cannot sustain with this model of governance for long. That's why they are becoming aggressive day by day. The geopolitical situation around the world is changing. Europe is changing. Europe is aging. Japan is aging. Technological advancement is there, but they are aging. They are running now. They are running with lack of human capital. The whole world is looking towards Asia, specifically China and India, but China, due to its rigid governance and polity, and now the recent unfortunate COVID incident, now the world investment sentiments are very reluctant to invest in China. The world is looking to South Asia, the democracy of South Asia, the heart of South Asia. That's India. So you will be, if you are into the system, if you become the bureaucrats, if you become the executive part of the executive of this great country, then you will be the not just a witness of this transition, but you will be one of the architect of this transition. And that's why UPSC, in my humble opinion, since 2017, they have changed the whole approach of the questions. Now gone are the days that they are going to ask Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana is associated with. I remember this question in the examination of 2016. The question was like Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana is associated with one environment protection. Second option was some social security. Third option was international agreement, and D option was financial inclusion. Such simple questions now you won't see because now they want, sorry, now they want a very dynamic mind. They want the people who are uh, very observant, who have very fine eye, who can read between the lines, who can understand the geopolitics, who can understand the basics of this country, the internal challenges of this country in a very very holistic way, in a very holistic way. That's why if you judge you can only judge UPSC by their question papers. In 2020, they have asked a question on elephant. If you remember, see the beauty of this question, the beauty of this examination. The unfortunate incident in the Kerala, where a pregnant female elephant was fed with a live explosive hidden in pineapple, which led to the unfortunate death of the gentle giant. Instead of asking directly this, they have asked a question on the elephant where one option was herd of elephant is always led by female. Now this was always the extreme word and many people filtered it out. And elephant, we know that male is larger in size as compared to female. And see, these are also Indian stereotypes. How could a female be ahead of the herd? So many people filtered this out because of this extreme always word and this. But that was a correct statement. That was a correct statement. The moral of the story is, after killing of that female elephant, because she was the leader of her herd, and always the leader of the herd of elephant is female of the herd, the eldest, the older female, the remaining herd was turned orphan over a night. So, panicked by a leaderless herd of elephants, they intruded into the nearby villages. Now, see the importance of maintaining the leader of the herd. She kept the remaining 80 fellow elephants only on within the tracts of jungle, because she was an experienced member of the herd. She knew that there are no-go zones of human settlement, and she also knew that in this season the food is ample on that side of forest, and during monsoon where to find food. So now leader is not there and the herd is starving. So these 18 elephants, they entered into the nearby villages and they killed over 12 people in just 7 days. So that is the importance. Why there must be, why the leader of the herd must be protected. Why you must know how the society of elephants work. You killed one elephant and they, in retaliation, they killed a dozen human beings. The intention was not to kill, but this is how the domino effect is there. That one, the vicious cycle, the one unfortunate incident lead to another unfortunate incidents. And human are the final. We have created the problem. Ultimately, somehow this way or other way, we are going to pay for it. So this is how UPSC is so beautifully framing the question. Do you really understand the problem? Do you really see the picture, which is much larger than just what's coming in the news? Are you able to comprehend the situation holistically, and then only you come to the commission, you apply for the examination? Now, again, coming to economy part, this is a game changer, Vana. Economy is a game changer. In my analysis, I have analyzed that UPSC, when it comes to economy, now after 2017, they are going 50-50. If approximately 20 questions are there, 10 will be static and 10 will be dynamic. Static question will be from general economy, general, that will be GDP, VDP, ये सब पूछ लेंगे. 10 will be from monetary policy, this dynamic part, fiscal policy through any scheme, plus current challenges. How? In economy, on this 4th of October 2020, they have asked, if you withdraw 1 lakh rupees, so what will be the aggregate value? Aggregate value of money, what will be the aggregate money in market? Please message me if you know the answer. It will increase by 1 lakh, it will decrease by 1 lakh, it will remain unaffected. These were the options. If you withdraw 1 lakh rupees demand deposits from your account, what will be the aggregate money in the market? So this was the question that was asked. Yes. So Asif, Priyanka, Bhavya remain unaffected, no change, Kumar, Akash. Yes. So now you get this thing. This is the aggregate money. If you know the basics of what is M0, immediate form of money, it's highly liquid. So that is not considered as something which is out of the system. It's in the market only because it's a demand deposit. Anytime you demand and you will get it. Why this question I said you? Because this was in 2020, okay, the 4th October. In 2019, similar kind of question was there. Banking. They have asked about banking. All four options were answers. Okay, the most appropriate was the major function of banking is money multiplier effect. Money multiplier effect. This was the answer in 2019. And if you can holistically understand the economy, this and this, they are the one and the same question. If you are demand deposit, कहाँ deposit करेंगे? Bank में deposit करेंगे. And if you understand the values of that M0, M1, M3, M3 is the standard which we on which we evaluate our monetary position. M3 is the standard. If you understand these things, what bank is exactly doing with same amount of money is finite, but changes from M0 to M1, M2, M3. What bank is doing basically, it's money is it's multiplying your money. Money multiplier effect they have asked in 2019, and in 2020 they have just spin the question and put it in some format of 1 lakh rupees and all this. But I knew this thing, so it was just peanuts for me. So in 2017 and 18 I could not cross 90 marks. In 2019 128 mark, and in 2020 on 4th of October my result was out on 4th of August. And believe me, after 60 days it was prelim was there, and I was in felicitation program. I belong to Marathwada of Maharashtra, and they're from a very rural and humble background, and their felicitation is something that you cannot deny. People get offended, and I traveled over means thousands of kilometers, right from Beed to Mumbai for all felicitation program, and I didn't read that much. In the last 10 days, I done some few hours of revisions, and on 4th of October, according to many keys, I am 130 plus. So point is, once you are done with the level of UPSC, and once you have decoded the exact demand of the question, once you have made your approaches, your engagement as per the standards of UPSC, then what was a nightmare for me turned into my strength. 128, 130. I had a very comfortable sleep the day before examination. What was absent in 2017 and 18th attempt, I was not feeling any worries because I knew that I was going to clear this examination with very good marks. Same happened with mains also. I holistically attempted all questions just on my cumulative knowledge. Just remember this word. Try to gather your cumulative knowledge in UPSC. Just don't read for the sake of reading it, for sake of completing it. कोई मार्केट में नया मटेरियल आ गया, आपके फ्रेंड ने बाय कर दिया. Now you come under the unnecessary that what for fear of missing out something goes by this name. I am not much aware with these things, but fear of missing out. If not, I'm not wrong. So वो peer pressure में आके ये सब फुजूलपना मत कीजिए. These are useless things. Don't go after the mad dash of collecting materials on Telegram, and these are all nonsense. What only thing makes sense is limit your resources, do multiple revisions, practice UPSC's former question papers. At least I will suggest from 2001. 1995 is highly suggested, but at least from 2001, leave the course those questions which were from current affairs from that era, but 60 to 70 questions, they are static in nature and they are still relevant. So UPSC also tends to repeat questions. Even if 4 questions are repeated, that means 8 marks, 8 plus bonus 0.66 for every question. So this is the amount of leverage you will get, and this will be the whole decide game changing. So economy, I will repeat, can do wonders because every of your competitor is perfect in polity, they are perfect in history, they are perfect in international relations. Science technology is again unpredictable. आ गया तो आ गया, नहीं तो blank छोड़ दिया. Environment, everybody. Economy is something that can make the change. Economy is 18-20 questions. If you successfully attempt 15 questions with accuracy, then you are into the game. So now we will start with today's general or the basics of economy. Again, a final note: economics is not in your syllabus. UPSC does not ask question on economics. UPSC asks question on Indian economy, Bharatiya Arthavyavastha, Indian economy. So that's for your syllabus, general basics of economy, and then Indian. We will try to learn and explore the various important and high yield areas of Indian